This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
Can we talk about this video
That he made?
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it now and then we'll get his thoughts. Video production is his passion.
Let's start with the positive. I really liked the second half until the end. Once he does in no particular order, and then first the month that we're doing right now. I liked the future montage.
Sure.
And then also I liked the Lewis Pinnock, all the awards, little clips he did for the awards.
Love that. That was great.
That was the peak of the experience.
Here's the thing. It took a long fucking time in that video to get there.
Long time.
That video doesn't need to be 2:30.
It's got a 2-hour runtime. He's a hypocrite.
Yeah, so he'd phobe it. But it's so poorly edited at the beginning that
Yes.
I thought he accidentally put the clip of him with champagne into a promo video.
Right.
And then it's just these long shots of just the same slide.
There should have only been him spraying the champagne,
Which he's terrible at, by the way.
which looked terrible. Also, where is he? What time of night is it?
He's definitely in New York.
He's in New York. It's 4 a.m. He has a bottle of Andre.
He has a bottle of Andre, and he does not know how to shake champagne. That's how we know the Suns never won a championship, is because he does not know how to shake champagne. Spraying the champagne bottle is not difficult.
Although if the Suns had won the championship, they probably would have had Andre, given Robert Sarver's proclivities.
That's true. Or maybe Cooks. But the part where he's trying to spray champagne is wildly distracting.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Champagne! If that was the only part of the champagne video section, that would have been fine.
Of course.
But there's some unintelligible lead up to it. That's actually how the video starts.
I gotta watch this again as we're talking about it.
And when he sent this video to us at 1 a.m. Pacific,
Yeah.
4 a.m. Miami time,
Yeah, he's in Miami, so just think about that.
I happened to be awake
Oh.
because I was working on the previous episode, and I said, had no idea where we were going because he asked for feedback.
Yeah.
Some of the text is too little, like one word. I think I'd rather see more words for longer. And then no changes were made between the 1 a.m. version and the final product.
I would do quick hitters on all of the episode art. They're not even the same size.
Well, he tried to zoom out so he could get the face of the person that was the guest in there. He's trying to sync it to this incredibly over-exuberant Star Wars song.
And we're not done yet. Yet is a completely different size than the done, by the way, in terms of font size.
Yeah.
In no particular order, Denzel Money.
That part is the best part. The clips, it's great.
Yeah.
It actually kind of syncs up to the music.
Sure.
But because the music has such a long fucking build-up, the video has an insanely long build-up.
is that he could start the music at any point in the song, right?
Probably not.
I will say, I love the extended shot of young Frank Dukes. I laughed tremendously at that.
The Pong eyes as he stares back and forth.
I don't hate it as much as when you call me nigga.
Whoa!
Oh!
You didn't hear that.
It's gonna be one of those episodes.
It is an
Boys.
aggressive. It's an aggressive bout of racism in this one.
I think we have the most racist statement. Maybe not the most racist movie, but the most racist statement in the history of Cinephobe. A little foreshadowing.
I was shocked so many times during this movie.
You were shocked?
I was shocked by the racism.
I didn't know you could get shocked.
Or black, I wouldn't be shocked.
You damn right you wouldn't be. Your picks have been horrible, man.
It's the point. It's the point of the show.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? It's possible. I don't understand what this podcast is about.
Poppycock.
It's a fuck house.
On a weekly basis, we are consuming more concentrated bad movies than probably anybody in the history of mankind.
Poppycock.
What story? What story? What are you talking about?
Do you want lunch?
I have yet to laugh in this movie. I'll just tell you that.
You picked it, motherfucker. So just remember that.
You know the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
I was legitimately offended.
You were offended?
I was offended.
I didn't know you could get offended.
I was offended.
This did it.
If I were gay, I wouldn't be offended.
They're fucking making shit up, Amin.
Inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail after inconsequential detail.
Bees don't lie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm holding a mic in my hands, and now I'm talking all alone.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin Hassan. That is Anthony Mayes. Oh, we are a part of the Levitard and Friends Network for Meadowlark Media. Millionaires, boys. We are millionaires. If you have a review of this millionaire podcast, better leave that shit. We're creeping up on the end of this year. 5,000 reviews on Apple Podcasts. 5,000 reviews on Spotify. Or we get in to one of the most tremendous legal battles you've ever seen. Or I cower. But let's not get to that point.
You don't want to be the cower.
I don't want to cower. You're the cower.
Apple Podcast 3370.
1,700 the rest of the year.
It's toughy. 2.6 for Spotify.
On Friday, finally caught up from Peppermint Pete. Am I the only one who thinks Zach's voice is sexy?
No, a lot of people think my voice is sexy.
Anyway, how about Cutthroat Island?
I'm into it.
Is it the pirate movie with Gina Davis?
Mm-hmm.
I get the compliment that my voice is sexy a lot.
But this review came after you've had COVID for a month.
One, I didn't have COVID for a month.
You had COVID for quite a while.
Literally last episode, you're like, the COVID.
The black lung pop.
I had a cough. It's not the same as COVID, you dumb shits. It helped sell those laughs at your dumb jokes a lot better, didn't it? Because it sounded like I was so unhealthy from laughing at your jokes. They were so funny. So you're welcome for that. Unfortunately for you guys, this cough is damn near gone. Not to brag. Sorry for getting healthy.
Well, I hope Peppermint Pete still thinks you're sexy.
Of course Peppermint Pete's still going to think I'm sexy. Are you kidding me?
I hope so. I would hate to lose Peppermint Pete.
Hey, Peppermint Pete, if you have a submission other than Cutthroat Island, submit it. Just needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score.
Cut Scrote Island.
What? I'm scouting again. August is Denzel month. Bringing the heat in the summer.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington. Mays had the first pick, and he went with Virtuosity. Now, it's my turn. And I'm going with the lowest rated movie that Denzel Washington has ever had on his resume. The 1990 crime drama comedy.
What?
Heart Condition.
Okay, I had buddy fantasy comedy, so we are
Buddy fantasy.
way far apart here.
I don't like that.
And not one of them had racism in the description, did it?
Surprising how that goes. Imagine if you're sitting there, you're curling up on the couch with the family. You're saying, you know what? I'd like to watch me a good old-fashioned buddy fantasy comedy.
Yeah, I love Bob Hoskins. I love Denzel.
Jeanette Dubois, a.k.a. Willona from Good Times.
The lady from Twins.
Yeah, that's right. Which this movie borrows some.
Lot.
Heavily from. This movie borrows from a lot of movies.
It does. Yeah, it sure does. And not well. Heart Condition stars Denzel Washington and Bob Hoskins. Denzel officially a repeat offender after Virtuosity last week.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Back at the time of this movie, Denzel had The Mighty Quinn for Queen and Country and Glory in 1989.
For which he won an Oscar, playing a freed slave in the Union Army.
Then followed up Glory with this movie and Mo Better Blues in 1990, and then had Mississippi Masala and Ricochet in 1991.
Ooh.
I wish Ricochet qualified.
Doesn't qualify? Damn.
No, because I would have picked that. As much as this movie intrigued me.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
This movie had you written all over it.
Well, that's debatable. We'll find out.
Written all in it.
Bob Hoskins, repeat offender from Hook.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He had The Raggedy Ronnie and Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 1988. This movie and Mermaids in 1990. And then The Inner Circle, Shattered, The Favor the Watch, and The Very Big Fish, and Hook in 1991.
It's just a very curious decision for both of those guys.
Yeah.
Coming off of like massive critical and commercial successful roles.
He also had Super Mario Bros. Future Cinephobe
Coming up.
Oh, if you saw that, if you saw the 1 million download video, do you know? I put a little Easter eggs in there about what could be. It's not a promise, but it could be.
Just took 4 minutes to get there, but there's some Easter eggs in there.
So no particular order except for what's first, which is Denzel Month, which is the only one we know for sure.
That's right.
This movie also gives us Roger E. Mosley, Chloe Webb, and Jeanette Dubois.
Jeanette Dubois.
You know Mosley from 158 episodes of Magnum P.I. as TC. Also in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate and 10 episodes of Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Chloe is a repeat offender from Twins, and she was Monica on Shameless.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
She's also Nancy from Sid and Nancy.
And then Jeanette, you know, from 133 episodes of Good Times, and she was the grandma on the Wayans Brothers show.
Also, she was the mom in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. And I have the scene ready for Maze to clip when we get to it.
Alan Ratchins, repeat offender as Tony Moss from Showgirls.
Oh, yeah.
I'm erect. Why aren't you erect?
Ray Baker from Total Recall. Jeffrey Meek from Inheriting the Earth.
Oh, that's a good one, Zach.
Thank you. Eva LaRue from Dangerous Curves, RoboCop 3, and 138 episodes of All My Children.
I'm sorry, from Dangerous what?
Dangerous Curves.
Time to do some research, boys.
Lisa Stahl from Baywatch Nights. Clip it, Maze.
I have to go with the Baywatch.
I'm sorry, what?
I have to go with the Baywatch. I was going to go.
Ron Taylor, repeat offender from Deadfall.
Ron Taylor was the baby.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Teresa Randall, repeat offender from The Five Heartbeats, and she's in the Bad Boys franchise. Chick Hearn from White Men Can't Jump. Robert Aprisa, repeat offender from A Low Down Dirty Shame. Clayton Landy, a repeat offender from Eraser. Rick Marzan, repeat offender from Eraser. Dean Wayne, repeat offender from Rhinestone. Bobby Bass, repeat offender from Jade. Gregory J. Barnett, repeat offender from Last Action Hero. Batman and Robin, Along Came Polly, Takers, and Horrible Bosses 2. And then buckle up, Maze. Tommy J. Huff, repeat offender from Eraser, Money Talks, Armageddon, Over the Top, Action Jackson, Roadhouse, Tango and Cash, Last Action Hero, Jade, Money Train, Batman and Robin, Gone in 60 Seconds, Tiptoes, and Taxi. That's right, 14-time repeat offender. Moves him just behind Nicolas Cage.
Jesus. How is that possible?
I don't know.
3 times as an actor.
Oh, that's...
Heart Condition was written and directed by James D. Perriott.
I love Perriott hotels.
My pirate friend has a Perriott on his shoulder.
Give me a bottle of that fizzy lime Perriott.
Oh.
He directed an episode of The Incredible Hulk, a TV movie called Rag and Bone starring Dean Cain and Robert Patrick.
Yes, sir. Dean Cain, sir.
And 1 episode of the Jay Moore TV show, Action. He also wrote 15 episodes of The Bionic Woman, 20 episodes of Voyagers, Rag and Bone, and he created/wrote 10 episodes of a show called Defying Gravity.
This is his only movie that was written and directed by him.
Fucking shocked.
He also eventually was a producer for Grey's Anatomy, Ugly Betty, and Sons of Anarchy. So if you keep plugging away, Hollywood, it might work out for you.
You'll eventually attach yourself to something.
That'll make you money.
Synopsis for Heart Condition. A racist cop receives a heart transplant from a black lawyer he hates, who returns as a ghost to ask the cop to help take down the men who murdered him.
Yep.
Tagline. Together, they're making a cardiac arrest.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cleverer than anything in the script.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
I got 3 more. Every partnership has its problems.
Oh, I mean, that's one way to put it.
Because it's a buddy cop comedy.
A tough cop, a dead lawyer, every partnership has its problems.
That doesn't make sense.
And then the pump action comedy.
No,
because he's got a shotgun.
No, because his heart's pumping.
I was thinking of a different scene.
Oh, you think when he was pumping into Chloe Webb?
When he woke up after surgery.
Oh.
That boy Shane can pump.
Boy Shane can pump. I was with Shane last weekend. He can't pump. $10 million estimated budget. Grossed $4.1 million US and worldwide. That is a flop. Flop city over here. Before we jump into this movie and you listen to the rest of this podcast, Heart Condition is in fact a rental.
$2.99 though.
I almost bought it.
I thought about it.
Heart Condition receives 10% from the critics on 10 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was a 0% movie until December 2020.
Same note too. And 35% from the audience on over 2,500 ratings. Amin!
So few ratings.
Would you like the positive or the negative reviews?
I'll be honest, man. I had never heard of this movie up until a year ago. One of the listeners said, you guys got to do this movie starring Denzel. I was like, this doesn't sound real. Then I was like, this movie came out like in 1983, right? One of his first acting roles. When I saw today that it came out in 1990, I was floored. Zach, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Give me the positive.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Joe Layden of the Moving Picture Show. As Mays said, it happened in 2020, so it was a 0% movie until 2 years ago. A surprisingly engaging action comedy fantasy that places greater emphasis on high caliber acting than rapid fire shootouts.
It certainly did not spend energy on shootouts.
Or scripts.
There are some phenomenal acting performances in this movie.
Hey, let me tell you something. I know where everyone wants to go with ass off, but there's some dark horses. I just want to throw that out there.
There are. You're right. I've got, at minimum, a 3-way tie.
I'll believe it when I hear it, I mean.
The MVP conversation, right? Like, I'm not saying any of these guys are going to win MVP, but they're in the conversation, right?
I'm with you.
Who does Nick Wright have winning ass off in this movie?
Find out a year from now. User Kurt C. 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, so polite. Does a little curtsy.
It is a decent film with funny moments. Serious, too. I like that it deals with serious racial tones head on, and the transformation on a deplorable racist into a semblance of a human being.
Was he that transformed?
Was there a transformation?
I feel like that is interpreted and not shown.
In the last 15 minutes of the movie, he's literally
screaming.
Yeah, you want to say it, don't you? Yeah, yeah.
User Leon C. 3.5 out of 5.
Do the voice.
No, sir.
Napoleon.
Funny, hopeful, original, wholesomeness film.
No.
Where's the hopeful?
Where's the wholesomeness?
The part where everyone wants to marry the hooker.
User Terry B. 5 out of 5 stars.
Oh, Terry B.
Terry
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Great movie. Watched it many times on VHS.
I bet you did, brother.
User William A. 4 out of 5 stars. Pretty funny. Denzel is an attorney and Bob is a cop. User Bill S. 3.5 out of 5.
Can you pay my bills?
These two characters in a buddy comedy ghost adventure. This Franken movie wasn't half bad.
It is a Franken movie.
User Stephanie S. 4.5 out of 5.
Stephanie Snowden.
I watched it a couple of times. It's all right. User Jaya L. 5 out of 5.
Jaya Lai?
Oh, come on, you guys. Shredded squid. And it was really like that in stupid restaurants back then. It was a lot of really B-grade fun. It was so bad. It was good. Lighten up already. It wasn't meant to be art's last word, for Christ's sakes. Maybe because I'm one of the only people allowed to say the N-word. It was fun.
Whoa.
I bet you guys don't like Arnie Banarni, parentheses, Schwarzenegger films either. taking things a bit too serious, folks.
Arnie Benarnie?
When she says, I'm the only one allowed, that does not portend.
Also up for interpretation.
That means, oh, yeah, because I'm black, I'm allowed to say it.
Right.
That sounds like someone who feels like they have a license to say it.
User Shanice M, 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Do the voice.
Ha 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 ha. Watching it right now again on Comedy Central. Go me.
Comedy Central? No chance.
User Charlie the Pint Pot B, 4 out of 5.
Just take it.
It's a heartwarming film. =D, $D, $D. So it's either a big grin or 3 dicks.
I'm going to go with dicks.
I bet you will. Final one, user Tina S, 5 out of 5. Just awesome. My mother and I love it.
I think I've watched that one.
Oh, why? Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Juan Carlos Cotto of Miami Herald.
JCC.
The movie seems over a good half hour before it ends and is forgotten even more quickly.
That's a very mild criticism.
Daniel Barnes of Dare Daniel.
There, Daniel.
Barnes!
A casually racist murder mystery minus the mystery that was rejected by both audiences and critics due to a chaotic tone, insipid comedy beats, and clunky action scenes set to slap bass and scat singing.
Oh.
The soundtrack is odd.
There was nothing casual about it.
I don't give a fuck what you guys say. Lock it up right now, my horseman. No second places here.
Scott Weinberg of eFilmCritic.com. No. Denzel Washington and Bob Hoskins in an action ghost buddy comedy? Chris Hicks of Deseret News, Salt Lake City. A schizophrenic film that is never funny, never insightful, and often annoying. Roger Ebert of Chicago Sun-Times. The movie is all over the map, trying whatever seems to work at the moment.
It was 2 stars, though, so I didn't hate it.
Hal Hinson of Washington Post. The film is caught somewhere between seriousness and cheesy exploitation.
It is. That's a good observation.
Amber L, 1.5 out of 5.
Amber Lurd.
Surprised to see how lenient the reviews are. Yes, these are 2 great actors, but this is at best a mediocre movie. All over the place, can't decide what it's intended to be, and too long. What a mess. Even great actors make mistakes sometimes. Welcome to Cinephobe. User Carlos D, half star out of 5.
Carlos Delfino.
Hey, I forgot about this movie, and a couple of days ago, bam, there it is on TBS or something.
What?
The only thing I still remember about it is that it is, all caps, a piece of shit.
That sounds like a Zach review, man.
It's on TBS or some shit. I don't know. It's a piece of shit.
But piece of shit is affectionate.
User Brian B, 1 out of 5 stars.
Brian Boitano.
Racist cop needs a heart replacement, so in Hollywood land, he receives the heart of a murdered black man. Hilarity ensures. I think he meant ensues. No, it most certainly does not. Watch The Thing with Two Heads instead, a bad film that is at least unintentionally funny.
The Thing with Two Heads, 0% movie from 1972. And this sounds like a future Zach movie. When a white racist wakes up with a head transplant, he learns that his head has been transplanted onto the body of a black convict.
File. And then finally, Private You, 1.5 out of 5 stars. One of the most interesting casts ever put together on film. Flop. Save your money. And we'll get Amin's first note after these messages.
Wow, 2 weeks in a row. Good job, Zach.
Listener, what's up? Zach Harper, coming to you live from just making my picks on Prize Picks, the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. For my money and your money, the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. Again, that's daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers instead of battling thousands of players, including like pros and sharks, those people that really try to game the system and screw you over. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Basketball's here, right? So check this out. This is the cool thing that I love from Prize Picks. You can now pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports and leagues. So if you want to do like more Patrick Mahomes yards and less James Harden points, you can do that. You can do that combination. You can do any combination that they have on there. You just go to the Specials League. You want to play alongside people. Maybe you don't want to go it alone. Maybe you want to play alongside people. You can go to, I don't know, Meek Mill, Andrew Schultz, You find them in the community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. And best of all, Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have the player who exits the game in the first half and does not return the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks, the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So I'll tell you what you do. You go to prizepicks.com/ding and use the promo code DING, D-I-N-G, for a first deposit match up to $100. Let me say that again for you. You go to prizepicks.com/ding. You use the code DING, D-I-N-G, for a first deposit match up to $100 from our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. And we're back. Amin, what is your first note?
You guys will get a kick out of this one. It's been a while since I've had one of these, but I said,
It's been a while.
Did I rent the right movie? There was a brief pang in my stomach that I rented the wrong movie when I saw two hookers and the guy with the mask on. I said, is this Jade?
Same note too, bro.
Boys, menage that note. My first note, did I turn on Jade?
A fuck mask, some choppy slow motion, some hookers.
Definitely a fuck house.
It's Jade, and that is not the only reference to other movies.
We have a sex party with weird masks, and Chloe Webb is taking some 20CB pictures in odd Battlefield Earth-esque slow motion.
I just dropped in to see what condition our condition was in.
Maze, I need your expertise here. I feel like the camera noises do not sound like camera noises in real life.
Yeah.
Every single sound in this opener is horribly ADR'd. They didn't even try to sync it because everything's in slow motion.
No.
She also has a tendency to shoot from the hip, literally.
Yeah.
And just kind of casually click that shutter release.
We were over 3 minutes with the credits.
It went on forever.
Splicing in a little bit of slow motion, then back to the credits, and then a little bit of slow motion, back to the credits.
Is that a blowtorch? Are they smoking crack?
This looks like a porn parody of The Mask. His dick is smoking crack. She says, let me take the pictures. I'm going to fill up a whole scrapbook. He takes off the mask and collapses with his ass off.
Fuck out of here.
I'm going to allow it.
The girl next to him looks like Joe Johnson just broke her ankles. Wait, she's trying to avoid him falling onto her, but she can't get off the bed. Chloe Webb is looking her ass off, man.
This woman's lingerie and build are very 20th century, bitch.
Very 20CB.
Very 20CB.
Cut to a Ferrari pulling up to the mansion carport overpass thingy that I love as a feature for a mansion. Cut to Bob Hoskins stuffing his face.
It's not about winning ball games. It's about emotion. You know what that is? Emotion?
He's got a cigarette in one hand and a burger in the other.
The Lakers are not the Lakers without Rambis.
I just said Havlicek.
Is that the most racist comment in the history of Cinephobe?
Hold on.
That Kurt Rambis, the Lakers are not the Lakers without Kurt Rambis.
It's up there.
That Magic fucking Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But this guy's telling us that the Lakers, like, they all hinge on Kurt Rambis.
They win 5 championships.
But not with Kurt Rambis.
They won 4 with Kurt Rambis. I mean, it's not like he was not there.
He was the spark, the inspiration. He was white. No, I didn't say that.
Did it ever occur to you why they let him go?
Rambis left on his own. Is that brew in that bag? On his own!
Christ, Mooney, we're on duty. And that shit you're eating is 60% grease. They say it in unison. Burger stands, 20CB. Took me back to a white man's burden.
You're asserting that burger stands are a 20CB thing? Because I feel like they're an LA thing.
Specifically, the counter.
Oh.
And then essentially picnic tables.
Picnic tables, yeah, you're right.
They've adapted. They've evolved.
I guess I agree with that. Although Wiener Schnitzels still have picnic tables.
And how many people do you see eating there?
A surprising amount. An alarming amount, actually. Says they got one and it's a sting for a prostitute, maybe? I don't know what's going on. He's looking for action.
For the tutas.
Dilnick is there. And he's picking up Julia Roberts in a blonde wig. Yes, this is 1990, the same year as Pretty Woman.
Does this kid respect the boulevard?
Definitely.
He doesn't, but Chris does.
Now she's going to stick her balloons to the window, which Hoskins then mimes. Cut to her balloons in the window.
Magic fingers are 20. 50 puts the pig in the blanket. You want something oral? See your dentist.
Hey, look, fellas, I wish I could give you a deal here, but my pimp's a real ball ache. You know what I mean? So it's $10 for a BJ, $12 for an HJ, $15 for a ZJ.
What's a ZJ?
If you have to ask, big man, you can't afford it.
Broken Lizard Month coming soon.
Hoskins wonders if he's wearing that striped thingy. She asks if he wants to hear the chef special. He says, no, I'm sure whatever you'll do will be fine. She's in the car. Then she says, hope you brought a lot of raincoats because she doesn't ride bareback anymore. Lots of raincoats.
90s slang for condoms. I don't believe anyone calls them raincoats anymore, do they? Like Jimmy hats.
First time I had sex, she asked if I had a raincoat.
How much did it cost you?
50?
Oh.
Actually, a lot of similarities between
you and Dilnick over here.
Me and Dilnick just riding the boulevard.
Ooh, nice jacket. Seersucker makes me hot.
As they're heading to the Hollywood Bowl, as they're driving to get to the bus, Hoskins sees Denzel driving the other way in a car.
Stone!
He abandons the sting and flips the car around to follow him.
Says he was speeding. Being a cop's like being a pitcher, Harry. To hit the strikes, you've got to risk your balls.
That's not how baseball works, by the way.
From the makers of Kurt Rambis is the spark. I'm not going to trust him on a lot of sports commentary.
This is initiative. I'm showing initiative. No, this is harassment.
He's got some big ass teeth in this movie. Does he always have teeth like that? I don't remember that from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I sure as fuck don't remember it from Hook.
Oh, they're big bottom teeth.
Big bottom teeth, exactly.
There's something very perverse about you and this stone.
Some terrible ADR about it wasn't his fault she left you. Exposition.
Yep.
Hoskins says bullshit. Partner calls the sting into dispatch as they hear him getting laid by the prostitute on the radio.
And Dilnick is making a Ready Whip delivery. So is the prostitute the whipped cream or is it the ejaculate?
The cum's the whipped cream.
Ejaculate, man.
It's very cum-like. Ready Whip.
Well, it is cum.
It's definitely cum.
Yes.
And there's a future callback for this.
Yes.
Just remember the scene with Dilnick.
Back to the dead senator with the crack pipe. They're collecting evidence. Washington wants full damage control. We see a signed picture of Bush Sr., and someone's business is to take care of the hookers.
Now, did you guys pause?
On the note, I sure did.
Where Dennis from Always Sunny?
Same note too of me. I said there's a name Graham with a phone number and tits that were clearly drawn by Dennis Reynolds. And what are those? Washington wants full damage control for the death of the senator. Nobody can know. Graham's going to handle it. Hoskins and his partner have followed Denzel to Beverly Hills. It's out of their jurisdiction. Denzel picks up the girls from the senator's death at a restaurant. Hoskins wants to get him and waits till he sees Denzel backhand Chloe Webb. Why did he hit her?
He slapped the shit out of her.
Like the kid in Lawnmower Man.
You know what it made me think about? Typically people say Training Day was Denzel's first role playing a villain. Is he the bad guy in this movie?
I think everybody's the bad guy in this movie.
Yeah.
Hoskins runs up on him. They get in the car and drive off. Then he just shoots at the car.
Yep.
Unprovoked.
Par for the course. LAPD.
And that's going to chase them in the squad car.
Soundtrack gets way too loud when the action kicks up.
Clip in the chase music, please.
You said you were going to quit. You said you were going to quit.
And the chase lasts so goddamn long.
Denzel's arguing with the girls that they said they were going to quit. We hear, I want a promotion, not a goddamn suspension.
He's dirty. I know he's dirty. Finally gonna nail his black ass to the wall.
Somehow less racist than
the Rambis.
The Lakers aren't the Lakers without Kurt Rambis.
Denzel says if she has drugs in her purse, throw them out the window. And she's still just taking pictures constantly.
Bad out of focus pictures. I know that camera didn't have autofocus.
No. I could be disbarred for this shit.
He gets out of the car, runs off with the purse. Hoskins says to watch the girls. Chloe takes a picture of him. He runs off after Denzel. Hoskins runs through a patio waiter after him. How's he ever going to run him down? Logistically.
Especially with all the setbacks. He crashes into a whole table. Denzel drops a pill bottle and picks it up. And he is dusting him in that suit. He is so fast.
When he drops that pill bottle, there are whole pills in there. Keep that in mind for about a minute from now. Denzel calmly walks into a restaurant or something. I don't know what this is. Hoskins yells, "Stone!" at the window and then comes in. Denzel pours pills out the window, but it's just a fine powder at this point.
You know, they have been shaking a lot.
Hoskins is stumbling all over the hallway. Denzel hides the purse on some Spanish clothing display and walks away.
Then Hoskins breaks a window up above and yells at Stone, who's standing there in a crowd of people, aiming a gun at him. Some beat cops arrive. Denzel's a lawyer. It's a clear-cut case of harassment. And we get Watcher Vision with Hoskins' heavy breathing.
Alone.
Gonna keep this mad dog off me or what?
Havlicek!
Hoskins walks up sweatily.
All right, look, I don't know what the problem you have with... Jesus, what the hell have you been eating?
Your ass, nigga.
I wrote supercharge it so many times in these notes.
Denzel ass off. He does this several times in this movie where he's making a point and then he's distracted by something that Hoskins is doing and redirects in the middle. That's really hard to make that believable. He does an amazing job of it.
Cut to an office. Hoskins is in there as someone laughs.
You call him the N-word? You left Dillman with the car date at the Hollywood Bowl, fired your weapon without cause at a private club, participated in a high-speed car chase. Then you decked a black lawyer in front of 100 people and called him the N-word?
Made the arrest.
Oh, you made squat, Mooney. And I am sick and tired of your street cowboy attitude and your racist bullshit. But let me try and get through to you, Mooney. There are those of us who can say the N-word, and there are those of us who cannot. Now, I can say the N-word. Nigger, 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 nigger. See, I can say the damn word all I want, but you can't. In fact, Moody, if I catch your little perverse, bigoted, bullshit mouth saying it again, I'm going to personally tear you out a new asshole.
I had a feeling that we were just going to be arguing between Hoskins or Denzel for ass off.
Oh.
And then Roger E. Mosley comes in.
He is so tickled by all of this.
Yeah.
This is the funniest shit ever. I can say the N-word. Nigga, 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 nigga.
I wrote supercharge it, supercharge it, supercharge it, supercharge it, supercharge it.
I wrote go fish, nigga. He says it with so much joy.
He's so good.
Which throws me off later when he's kind of a lot more serious and pissed off. I'm like, wait, what happened to Funny Cat?
He had enough. Enough was enough at that point.
Is this going to affect my promotion evaluation?
Promotion? And he...
That's what I said, boys. We got ourselves a race, man.
And then he suspends him. Call him the N-word and won a promotion. More laughs.
With the handkerchief in one hand, his head in his other hand, call N-word and wants a promotion. Leave your piece and shield. Guys, this movie should have been called White Man's Burden.
Denzel comes out with the hookers and sees Hoskins. Chloe makes eye contact with Hoskins. Is this tension?
Oh.
She follows him as she walks away. They know each other?
Zero cheeks on that female cop, by the way.
She asks if he's doing okay. He doesn't look so good. Hoskins asks if Denzel is pimping for her now. She finished night school, got into Valley Arts College, saved up all the tuition.
Oh.
His response, what?
Lots of exposition here.
She keeps forgetting to drop off his keys.
To be fair, in Bob Hoskins' mind, you're a hooker. Now, in today's climate, we have become much more accepting of sex workers, and rightfully so. But in 1989, when this movie was filmed, there's no way Bob Hoskins' character, a detective who lived with her for 4 months, would know anything other than, you're a hooker. Where's your tuition? What is that?
Zach dropped it like Seinfeld.
I can't be with someone if I don't respect what they do. You're a cashier.
This is when the soundtrack really starts taking off because this 80s sax and piano combo is really doing it for me.
Then she snaps a flash photo 2 inches from his chest.
Again, not an autofocus camera. There's no way that's a good picture.
And he gets so upset. She needs it for self-defense. Why do you carry a gun? I'm a cop. Yeah? Well, I'm not.
Do you still have the fishbowl? Yeah.
If something happens to her, she asks him to print a roll of film and scatter them all over Hollywood Boulevard like ashes because she respects the boulevard.
Oh, same note too, bro.
And that's where she wants to be remembered.
Denzel walks up. She's leaving with him and the other girl.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Clip it, Maze.
Cut to Bob Hoskins walking up some steps horribly with a cigarette.
And now the 80s guitar sting makes an appearance.
Oh, yeah. The guitar sting comes in.
Oh.
There's a cat at home going through film rolls in the fishbowl.
Chuck!
That's the only pussy he's getting.
He's whispering because I love you so. He drops the latest roll of film in there.
Guys, he has a Kurt Rambus poster in the kitchen.
Yeah, he does. That's his boy.
I fucking lost it.
I don't know if you know this, Zach, but he was the spark. He was the inspiration. He was white.
It's one thing to say that. It's way more racist to have a Kurt Rambus poster in your home. He lives in a shithole. He's got a typewriter on the table. He pours milk and Jim Beam into a bowl for a cat.
And then some more Jim Beam. And then some more Jim Beam.
Maze, do you pour booze into your cat's dish?
Even if I did, which I don't, my cat would not touch that. They're notoriously picky.
Chuck was going to town.
Chuck's got some issues, clearly. And all of a sudden, he starts having a heart attack and comically falls out of his chair.
Oh shit, that's an ass off for Bob Hoskins. He's yelling at Chuck. I said, Chuck, don't give a fuck, bro. He bought this brown liquor you put in his cup. Chuck's black in my mind.
No way he would have a black cat. He crawls to the phone, dials 911, cut to the hospital.
A little Doc's position.
A little misdirection, too.
Harry, his partner, thinks Hoskins is dead. He will be. Without a new heart.
Is that Cobra formula or no?
Nah.
You know what I've noticed? I'm not good at figuring out Cobra formula. I know what it is. Like, I know what the premise is. I know when you guys point it out.
You're also not good at identifying banter.
I thought you were going to say you're not good at note taking.
My notes are flawless.
That's what it sounded like you were headed.
Wait, let's list all the things that Amin's not good at.
Video editing?
What, you don't like my video editing?
You asked me for notes. I gave you feedback, and then you incorporated none of it.
None of it.
That's because I couldn't make the I went back there and I realized it was so much work.
There you go.
To make these minor changes. I was
it's
like,
not that hard.
Not minor changes. It could have flowed so much better.
Just chop it, Amin.
That's all you got to do.
No, but I'm doing this on my phone. I don't have Adobe Studio or whatever.
Okay.
And the odds of finding a B positive donor?
Surgeon wonders if he was a cop.
Vice.
Then how'd he get in that kind of condition?
Vice.
I laughed. Golden Dumpster nominee.
Newscast position.
Senator Marquand, the author of new anti-drug legislation.
Marquand was 54?
There's no way.
That man looked old enough to be my grandfather.
Maybe in the 60s he was 54.
That's a Wilford Brimley 54 right there.
Yeah.
That's like Dan Le Batard's age.
A donor shows up from a car accident, severed brainstem. Otherwise, the guy's a cream puff. Not sure what the fuck that means. This guy's squeaky clean about everything but his occupation.
Pusher?
Close.
Proctologist?
Getting warmer.
Don't tell me he's a lawyer.
Don't sweat malpractice. He's too dead to sue. Dr. Banter.
20 CB lawyer jokes.
Lawyer jokes were big in 20 CB.
This is the 90s. We're going to sue you.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then clip this Ladysmith Black Mambazo stinger that plays as we see Denzel's face.
We revealed it's Denzel on the table.
And they use it again, but they should have used it way more.
It should have been Hogan walking around the suburbs music levels of usage.
ADR exposition that it's been a few weeks.
The 5 horsemen are in the room to perform for us.
Can't get enough of you, babe. Can't get enough of you. Can't get enough of you, babe. Can't get enough of you. All I want is you, babe. Don't you know I do? Oh, yeah. All I want is you, babe. Don't you know it's you? What the fuck is this?
They've placed a black dildo between his legs, so that's what he sees when he looks at them, and he is furious.
He's furious that it's black, just to be clear for everybody.
What's in here, sir? Nothing. 6-pack Natty Ice. Get thirsty a lot. I get thirsty. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Such an underrated movie. That's totally big black dildo.
Moving pretty well for someone who just had a heart transplant, by the way.
He's swinging that dildo around.
He's storming through.
Slams it on a table in front of a nurse.
And the nurse is dignitized.
And we get some more Dr. Banter. You put it in, now you take it out. And the nurse says, want to tell me where he had it?
Boom.
Golden Dumpster nominee banter.
Dr. Tony Moss told him to exercise or throw 10 months of rehab out the window. No drinking, no smoking, no fatty foods.
Cut to the captain saying no more roundups, no more drug busts, no more asinine car chases. He's a desk sergeant now.
Cap got a little less sense of humor this time around. What's going on there?
I got a lot of questions about the timeline in this movie. So we're just to believe that 10 months have passed.
Yes, it's the next year.
I mean, come on. That is so lazy.
Zach, you wanted a title card or something?
Yes. Give me a title card 10 months later. Not some throwaway line. That's not good exposition.
Well, at least they gave us a throwaway line instead of a haircut like Battleship.
Hold on a second. We're not going to slander Battleship here.
Oh, we're not?
That movie is a file and a half.
Well, Zach, just because we got the same color heart, don't go thinking we're blood. All right?
Mahalo, motherfucker. Yeah, Rihanna brings it in that movie.
Black cop tells him he's starting to walk with a little rhythm.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so funny.
Someone says, nice tan.
Yeah.
Terry hears the heart's not the only new equipment he's got. You wish.
I love that 10 months later, they've been waiting for this motherfucker to walk through the door to give him shit about it.
She says, hey, Moondog, and I said, wrong movie.
She asked about Chloe. She's a hooker, right?
Got speeding tickets, but she gave phony addresses, 20 CB.
Run it through the machine for me again. Anything's possible for a little of your honey. Then he boops her nose. You got a dirty mind. What is happening here?
Tension?
They put an Ebony magazine in his desk.
With Oprah on the cover.
The other funny thing I realized, they're fucking with him because they all know how racist he is. And it's just like, oh, you know how much he hates Indian food. They're very kind of accepting that, well, he's just racist. It's not a big deal.
Hoskins wants Dilnick to get rid of the striped jacket, but he says it's his lucky jacket because of the Hollywood Bowl.
Because he got jerked off by a prostitute in it.
I think she did more than jerk him off.
She didn't suck him off. We know that.
You think he upgraded from magic fingers to pig in the blanket?
Here's the thing. I think she did suck him off.
No.
No, she doesn't do that.
She said she didn't do that.
Look, Julia Roberts has standards, okay?
Hold on. This is very important for a plot point later on in the movie. She says, do you want to know what the chef's special is? He says, no, I'm sure you'll do whatever you do just fine. He trusts her. I think the chef's special is sucking him off.
That's counterintuitive.
It's a cat and mouse game, guys. Sorry, it's a pussy and mouse game, guys.
Chuck?
Not that pussy. I'm telling you, I guarantee she sucked him off.
Unfortunately, Zach, the chef's special is the shred de squid.
Too soon.
And this hooker that went with Dilnick is...
Oh, don't ruin it.
Alert.
Oh, supercharge that, man.
Supercharge that, you
I've been holding
dipshit.
that. Come on, man. You don't think we noticed that shit?
Yeah, you don't think we do that?
Did you just say you've been holding that dick?
No, I've been holding that, comma, dick. Jesus Christ, man.
I've been holding that dick.
I've been holding that dick.
Want to tell me where he was holding it?
All right, in his bag lunch, he has celery, carrots, juice, apple, banana, and some rice cakes.
This is not food.
Cut to a burger stand.
He's back at the burger joint, and he's smoking again, boys.
I'm smoking again.
Won't lie, this made me want a burger.
Oh, my God. I had one after.
He looks so fucking proud of himself as he's about to bite into this burger.
There is tension.
Ashtray at establishments. 20th century, bitch.
Denzel appears to smack his hand. Don't eat that. Clogs your arteries, makes your breath stink. And we get the stinger. Hoskins
can't believe what he's seeing. Denzel says wasn't going to say anything, was even going to let some of those camels go, let him get into his groove. But when you start shoving that dog meat in your face, I'm sorry. I just have to step in. Had to do something. Now put it down. He bites it anyway. Denzel keeps saying, put it down. Now he's grabbing the burger, and it looks like Hoskins is dancing with a cheeseburger to everybody around him.
He looks possessed.
Ass off.
Completely off.
Everyone's giving him weird looks. You look real silly dancing around with a cheeseburger, and then he yanks hard, falls back, hits someone, drops the burger, slowly backs away while chewing, and puts his sunglasses on.
He's so good in this whole scene.
When he gets in the car, Denzel is waiting. You know you can't get away from me. Calls his car absolutely fabulous. Ab fab. Has it ever been washed?
And that's when I said, is Denzel supposed to be funny in this movie?
It's weird. I know. It's very weird. I'm not even used to it myself. It's kind of like that out-of-body, astral projection, Shirley MacLaine thing. I mean, 1 minute, I'm sitting in the front seat of my car, and I'm dying. Next thing I know, boom, I'm standing in the operating room looking at myself while they're pulling my heart out of me. I mean, it was like that. What's the name of that movie? Oh, this is very good. This is good. Going back and forth is good because it stimulates the heart. It makes you a lot stronger. Are you listening to me? You are listening to me. Hey, wait a minute. You're ignoring me, aren't you? Now, listen, I didn't want my heart in you any more than you wanted my heart in you. And if I knew that my heart was going to be inside a piece of racist scum like you, I never would have donated it in the first place. But that's okay, because life's a bitch, and then you die, It's true, isn't it? Hey, but I didn't die.
I was murdered!
Denzel fucking nails this entire scene.
Ass off as the annoying ghost.
And Hoskins is just pacing back and forth.
Back at the police station, Denzel's trying to give facts about his murder. This is a reality just changed sides version of Ghost.
Denzel is talking non-stop like he's Teddy Rex.
Cutlass, Sierra, or got a real good look at the driver. Trying to incentivize him with the detective shield. Hoskin yells and everyone looks at him like he's nuts.
This police station, a lot quieter than the one from Predator 2.
It's a very stark contrast.
It's 1990s, 1990 as opposed to 1990s, 1997.
Yeah, 7 years later, that thing's going to become a real chaotic shithole.
Dr. Tony Moss prescribes him something to calm his nerves.
I love referring to him as Dr. Tony Moss. I'm doing it the rest of them.
I take these every once in a while, hoping my wife will disappear. Oh!
Take my wife, please.
Marriage jokes.
My wife.
Says it could be perfectly normal, psychochemical aberration of some kind. Just beginning to learn how transplants affect the human body and mind.
Denzel's pretending to fall asleep as the doctor explains what they're learning.
Ass off with the nodding off. That's when I asked the question. Has Denzel ever been in a comedy?
Technically, The Preacher's Wife is a comedy.
No, not that stuff for church people. I mean, like an actual comedy.
The short answer is no.
Then that led me to my second question. Why not? This guy's funny. Good timing, good delivery. He could have been in more comedies.
Agreed.
It's the same as saying, why wasn't Daniel Day-Lewis in like a Judd Apatow movie? He's too talented.
No. He's not funny.
Right.
I don't know, man. He's pretty fucking funny and There Will Be Blood.
No, he's not. He's just a dick. There's a difference.
You would know.
He is funny, but it's not like this.
This is comedic.
You don't think that he could do it?
No.
That's racist.
Zach, you agree with me on this, right?
No, it's not racist.
Racist.
No, because I agree. And I love Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hollywood has this thing about like, oh, all comedic actors want to show that they can really act and be serious. When the reality is, it's a lot harder to go the other way.
Super hard.
The serious actors, a lot of them are terrible when they try to be funny. Like Charlize Theron in Long Shot, was that the movie?
She was great in that movie.
She wasn't funny.
She's not funny, but she's good in it.
That's my point.
Yeah, I agree.
She's a great actor, obviously, but to me, they poo-poo the comedic actors, but it's a lot harder because comedy, you need timing.
Because look at Will Ferrell, right? Will Ferrell can do drama.
Jim Carrey can do drama.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks was a comedic actor, does drama.
Denzel's funny and he got game at points, right? But it's obviously meant to be a very serious role, but he does bring humor to it.
Yeah, he does, but I'm saying like all out comedy. I want to see Denzel in all. You know what? I'm going to become a world famous writer and director and make a movie, and I'm going to cast Denzel Washington in the comedic role and watch.
Can't wait.
Not after that video you just made.
Hope you don't have to change anything you've already done, because that would be too hard.
No, I'm not the editor, Dick. I'm the creative vision. I'll tell the DP what to do and shit like that.
I bet you'll tell the DP what to do. Say no to him, man.
Is the tranquilizer working yet? Denzel warns him he'll end up in a mental institution if he doesn't say yes.
Oscar gets home with groceries. Good product placement for Glad Bags and SOS.
Chuck lands from the sky after being flung off a tree by Hulk Hogan. Startles Hoskins. And then Denzel's waiting for him by the door.
Personally, I think that this racism, this refusal to acknowledge me, stems from feelings of inadequacy. I mean, you look at me, what do you see? Someone college educated, damn good looking, hung like a Shetland pony, and you feel threatened. Am I hitting a nerve?
This is such a good scene from Denzel.
Racial prejudice, I can understand, but ghost prejudice, an entirely new concept. I said one that white people will embrace and fight against tooth and nail. We got to end this ghost prejudice. Get away from me, nigger.
Hoskins gets mad at Denzel for not closing the door, and Denzel has to remind him he's a ghost.
There is a thumbtacked picture of Hoskins and Chloe on the wall. Literally thumbtacked.
It's got less dignity than the poster of Kurt Rambis in the kitchen.
It also looks photoshopped like the family portraits from the rehearsal. Him at the pool holding up that kid.
How long she live in this pig pen? A month? 2 months?
4. She wasn't hooking when she was living with me.
Yeah, probably too busy cleaning.
Banter.
Yeah.
And misogyny.
No, that's not misogyny.
No, that's banter and misogyny.
No, it's not misogyny. It's not clean because she's a woman. It's cleaning because his place looks like shit.
Woman? Denzel says he won't be eating bacon, chili, Polish sausage.
Look, go to hell.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. You don't have to like me, but you do have to live with me. Whatever problem you had with me because of Chris, you got to leave it behind because you're going to need me. If you want to help me find, he says, find her? What do you know?
And he sneezes. Chris and Pisha work for this big-time gangster, called himself John Graham. That's a gangster name. Dealt strictly to the upper classes, you know, drugs, girls. Yeah, I know.
Pimp to the stars.
Sounds like your kind of client. So he's a prostitute lawyer?
Well,
yes, that's exactly what he is.
Is that a thing?
It is.
I think he is a prostitute lawyer for the high-class pimps.
But he doesn't work for them. That's his whole point.
Well, he does and he doesn't. Saul Goodman doesn't work for Gus Fring.
So he's like a Saul Goodman type of lawyer?
I think so.
Better call Jamal.
You know what? Maybe.
Chris was at the country club, asked him to pick her up. Everyone was upset. That's why he hit her. Denzel tells him to do his dishes.
Why did you run from me?
What?
Come on, you're dead now.
Well, Patricia was holding some crack that she got from one.
I knew it!
You knew what?
You lucky son of a bitch! If I'd have caught
You
you!
couldn't have caught my mother, Mooney.
I probably got my heart attack.
Well, had I known, I would have surrendered.
Ghosts get colds.
I'm allergic to cats.
But you're dead.
It's psychological. What's so funny?
A hypochondriac spook.
A ghost that's allergic to cats? Okay. Denzel invisibly punches him in the dick. Now we're even.
Who are we supposed to be rooting for in this movie?
Dude, I don't know.
I was rooting for Denzel.
Well, we know that. We know that.
Denzel's dead.
Exactly. I want to find his killer.
We never really actually get to that.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
There was no mystery. We knew exactly who killed him. And it's like, all right, just got to catch up with him, I guess.
I know who killed me. Future Cinephobe.
They're driving. Denzel's fixated on a guy using a car phone. Tell her the muscle at the club must have run him off the road. Denzel said it was bigger than drugs. The girls wouldn't talk. They're headed to the Century Luxury Villas.
These things started almost $1 million.
Yeah, so fix your collar. Try not to act like a cop.
Hoskins can't believe it. How much were you pulling down a year?
How many millions?
The mortgage on a place like this has got to be what? $6,000 a month? Equity month is back.
Slow down. Chris Maraski's tuning in right now to let us know that we're broke boys and we don't know how equity works.
Because you see, I mean, Hoskins is a real broke boy. He's a permanent redder. He's got no equity.
This scene is brilliant acting by both these guys because Hoskins is so focused on the money that it would cost to own this place.
With tax, you're looking at $85,000 a year.
And Denzel is so focused on like, that's my lizard pot. He's got my lizard pot.
Where you going with my cactus?
They are not talking about the same thing at all. It's almost like in The Watch where they are talking about different things at the same time as they have the same conversation.
And then one of these realtors or whatever walks past and gives Hoskins the up and down and he says, fuck you too. And I said, golden dumpster nominee.
Open house, but I think they meant it's an estate sale, right?
Yeah.
You don't get to go to an open house and just start taking shit.
Taking shit.
That's not how that works. Everything can be purchased. Mama, I left you the house. I didn't tell you you could sell it. Hoskins walks up, sees pics of Crystal and Denzel.
And a bunch of other women with Denzel as well.
Denzel's mother tells Hoskins he can take all the pictures. She'll pay him to get rid of this harem.
Denzel advises his mother's a church-going woman. And then he whispers, hello, mommy.
Mommy talk.
Deep sigh. When I think of all the In-N-Out bandits that went on in here, not one grandchild to show for it. He always said he was planning on settling down. Does this hump pen look like he was settling down to you?
Hump pen, golden dumpster nominee.
Hump pen? This place has style.
All right, Mr. Tough Guy. I remember when you wasn't so tough. I remember when you was always calling for your mama. Like the time when that little Lois Mitchell girl was kicking your ass. Up and down the schoolyard. All I could hear was, Mama, Mama. Oh, yeah. And the time when that Evans family, those little midgets, was chasing you home, but you didn't want to give them the lunch money? I could hear your punk ass calling me a half a mile away. Mama, help me. Mama, help me.
His idea of style was my idea of obscenity. I want to unload everything to do with it. Yeah, but not at Kmart prices.
Hoskins wants to know if she knows the woman in this pic. She wants to know if she knows him. And then he wants to look through Denzel's Rolodex, 20 CB me.
You can have his Rolodex, but don't ask me about my son's women. He immediately asks her about her son's women. She mentions that a cop got his heart, and he shows her his surgery scar. She starts crying and touches his chest.
She touches his chest.
Chest is so hairy. And I said, no, mama, don't touch it.
And then they hold hands, and I thought, tension?
Oh, and then they showed her the picture again, and she said, such a pretty girl. I said, no, she isn't, mama.
Is he gonna fuck his mom in front of the ghost?
Now, wait a second. What?
Zach, he's racist.
You think Donald Sterling didn't fuck black women?
Clip it, Maze.
Can you tell me what your relationship with Donald Sterling is?
I'm Mr. Sterling's right-hand arm man. I'm Mr. Sterling everything. I'm his confidant, his best friend, his silly rabbit.
His what?
His silly rabbit.
His silly rabbit?
Yes.
Is that what he calls you?
No.
Chris cried almost as much as the mom at the funeral, held her hand. Last time she saw her was when she came by around Thanksgiving to pick up a few things. Didn't know where she was going, drove off in a slick man's Ferrari.
Cut to a red Ferrari.
Who is this gorgeous man in yellow wiping down the Ferrari?
Yeah, the pool boy.
That man is pretty.
John Graham expositions his identity while carrying the biggest fucking phone I've ever seen in my life.
Jesus Christ.
So I didn't notice. I saw him when he walked past the camera holding something. I thought it was like a satchel.
It was like the shark in Jaws. It obscured the whole screen as it went by.
Then I saw him on the phone. I swear to God, I didn't put two and two together.
It's the radio from Platoon.
Yes. It reminded me of Rocky IV.
Yeah.
Stallone was on the robot or whatever.
Denzel says he wants to get to Graham. He has to listen to him. He says, listen, asshole, I've been insulted by the car park guy, the guy at the door. This may be fun for you.
I'll be damned if I'm going to pop for another $3 tea bag. Is that the chef special?
Denzel explains Graham is smart and has an answering service. He won't call Mooney back at the police station, but he will at the Beverly Palm Hotel. That's when the waiter brings a cordless phone, says call for him.
20th century bitch getting a phone brought to you because someone called you.
Remember, Howard Stedman is your best friend.
The waiter's hovering. Hoskins doesn't get it. Denzel says to tip him a deuce. So Hoskins drops 2 quarters, and the waiter calmly removes them and leaves.
The waiter declines.
20th century bitch, the idea that a $2 tip would be just bankruptcy.
But also, I guess it's the Beverly Palm Hotel, but 2 quarters back then was worth at least $100.
Not to this waiter.
Nah, man. Like, this is the Beverly Palm. Come on.
Thank God nobody can see him.
Graham is your typical LA douche. Sorry to pull you away from the pool on such a delicious day.
Delicious day?
That's when my note says, holy fuck, John Graham's phone is next level 20 CB.
I'm from New York, here on business. Howard Stedman said you had a redhead named Crystal you might put me in touch with.
It's possible.
She's also right near him. She's like 100 feet away.
Well, as you probably know, Howard's in Yugoslavia working on his picture, so it's impossible for me to cross-check your reference.
20 CB is making a push, man.
Oh,
Although I do agree with the means statement, but 20 CB is heavy in this movie, man.
Would it help if I mentioned his Knights of Leather in Palm Springs?
Chris said they were into gymnastics.
You must be very good friends.
She walks up.
Then he stops her with his foot.
He says, you're working tomorrow night.
So she's a live-in hooker with a rich white pimp who can keep a lawyer on retainer?
Yeah.
High-class hook, man. Come on.
Who's in art school?
And takes terrible pictures.
What?
Yeah.
You've gone too far.
She's a hooker.
You're a cashier.
Back at the station, Terry gives him a file. It's probably phony info. Graham's going to be hard to find. Denzel says he's got to keep the date. You're dreaming. The guy deals with high rollers. I can't afford lunch. Where am I going to get that kind of money?
Or class.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
Captain can see him arguing with nobody. Think I don't got class? You think wearing an Italian suit gives you class? It gives you nothing.
Captain wonders if he's seen his doctor. New medication seems to be working. Hoskins is flipping out, throwing paper around, yelling, and Captain tells Harry to keep an eye on him. Cut to the hip-hop bowling alley from the makers of the Las Vegas Hip-Hop Cafe.
Oh, this bowling alley has black people dancing and freestyling.
And this 20 CB ass rapping style.
Oh my God.
My name's Amin, and I like to rap. And when I like to do it, it goes boom, boom, bap.
My name is Zach, and I'm on the scene. Go get a strike if you know what I mean.
I didn't know you did this.
Yeah, and we swim too.
Denzel tells them they're there to pick up pocket change. Relax, you're with the owner as he adjusts a bowling glove on his ghost hand.
Yeah.
You think I got rich defending hookers?
Denzel is dressed for the occasion in every one of these scenes. That's actually one of my golden dumpsters, that he dresses appropriately depending on where they're going. But also, this part, tell me I'm wrong, stolen from Rocky 3. When they show up to Apollo's gym and Paulie's like, I don't know about this, Rock.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of Paulie vibes in Bob Hoskins.
I was confused how he made money defending hookers, but now that they've explained that he owns a bowling alley and makes hundreds of thousands of dollars off of it, clears it right up.
Well, hold on. A bowling alley in 1989, 1990, bowling alleys were cash cows back then.
And also, I believe, it's never mentioned, I think it's a money laundering front.
Oh.
You know what the cash return is on a pair of bowling shoes? I don't. I would love to know. He doesn't tell us.
Security named Bubba stops him, says 2 drink minimum if he doesn't bowl.
Nothing wrong with making a little profit.
Say hello to Bubba, ask how's mother.
Order a couple beers.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Say hello to your mother for me, okay?
Hello, Bubba. How's your mother? She died last summer. And Denzel says, well, I'm a little behind.
Ass off, man.
They are standing gut to gut. There is no gap between those two. Cut to the back with the pin setters.
Every one of these mothers is a black panther, hungry for white meat. I'm gonna wind up dishing a day.
And we've got another part of the chicken reference. And then...
What are we doing?
See that hole over there? One that looks like a duck?
Roll that right over into... That's a duck, man! You feel a pipe in there? Yeah. All right, pull it out.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now?
He dumps out a roll of money, which is apparently $200,000. Denzel is the only guy who was ever able to take it with him.
I thought that was clever.
Bubba stops him, makes him drink the beer, and Denzel's brother shows up. His name is Archimedes.
Nice name.
That's right. Archimedes and Napoleon.
Ah.
Find what you were looking for?
Few balls, couple of pins.
Guy takes the money roll right out of his pocket.
Maybe 150 grand. Denzel says, how did you know 150? I left $200,000.
Oh, I see you steal from your own brother. Your flank. You know, Ma said you wasn't. You know, if I wasn't dead, I'd hit him one time for me, Mooney. Would you please?
Hoskins asked if he knew it was extortion money that Denzel was about to be brought up on federal charges.
Ooh. Slap him one time for me.
Hoskins says he could walk out with this evidence. Or I could walk out with this evidence and you.
Ooh.
It's your choice, Archimedes.
Denzel's behind him, by the way, doing the whole hands in his face.
He is. He's like, woo. Denzel stops Bob and makes him hit his brother in the nuts. And Hoskins runs out of there.
He scurries.
Bubba runs out with a bowling ball and just starts bashing the hood instead of throwing it through the fucking window.
This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
Also, on that piece of shit car, like, it's going to make a difference.
Right. It might take out some dents.
They're rocking the car back and forth, and Harry, across the street, is just wondering what that was all about.
Thanks, police.
When he peels out, Bubba rolls out of the way expertly.
Like, what was my man?
Thudball?
Yeah. From Hook.
Fudge Pockets?
Oh,
Maze.
For Georgia. Next day, Hoskins is asleep, and now Denzel's in workout gear, a tank top, biker shorts, fanny pack. Those are not Oakley's, guys, but they do have a wraparound strap on them.
So I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I hate to drop names, you know that, but I said, Bobby, well, it's Bobby De Niro, but that's besides the point. Bobby, the thing is this.
Listen, what time is it?
It's time for you to get your big, fat, extra crispy bucket of chicken, 2-liter Pepsi Cola drinking ass out of bed. That's what time it is. Ale, we must exercise. Come on, Jack, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Jack, your public is waiting.
Public my ass.
Well, it'll be your ass if you don't hurry up and get up. We have to go downtown. We have to exercise. We have to get into some suits.
There's only one thing a man can do when he's suffering from a spiritual and existential funk.
Go to the zoo, flip off the monkeys?
No, buy new suits.
That girl. Look, get your black ass out of here, will you?
Ooh, black man, get your black ass out of here. I like that. Get down, brother. Give me 5. All right.
He gives him the high five, says fuck off. Then we get Hoskins pretending to wrestle with himself and gets thrown out of bed. He's starting to rack up Logan Roy numbers here. As they run up the hill, he yells fuck off again.
Okay, now, guys, someone I dated lived right there on that hill.
Derek?
It was Derek. So where that van is parked, that is literally where I parked. What a throwback. Derek, I miss you.
You think Derek listens?
Oh, Derek listens.
Is he like that meme of Wolverine in bed? But he's stroking like the Cinephobe logo.
But just my face.
Yeah.
Is this LA's finest, huh? I'm a cop. And Denzel pinches his butt. Now we're in a hair salon. They're dunking Hoskins' bald dome. I feel a montage coming in the air tonight.
We got a montage, boys.
A makeover montage with some amazing music.
Getting a shave, getting a manicure, getting a clay mask. He looks better, sort of.
Did they Beijing his hair?
That's the main part of it, is they gave him a hairpiece.
They brought out a little platter that had some fake hair on there.
Oh, the unit.
So he still looks bald, but they filled it in with some fake hair.
Got it. Also, boxer shorts. 20th century. Which when's the last time either of you wore honest to God boxer shorts?
I think I made the switch to boxer briefs around like 06.
It happened all of a sudden, didn't it?
Yeah, it was just all of a sudden it was like, you wear boxer briefs now. I don't even know how that happened.
Did boxer briefs exist in 1990?
Yeah.
Well, 1990, I don't know 1990.
Yeah, probably late 90s is when I first remember.
Late 90s for sure, because I remember my roommate had boxer briefs. And I was like, what kind of weird ass fucking underwear do you wear? And I had full on Bob Hoskins boxer shorts.
The boxer shorts back then would be considered just regular shorts today.
Yeah, exactly. They were shorts. Baggy ass shorts, man.
Did you ever do the silk boxer?
No. My freshman year college roommate had silk boxers. Only silk boxers.
I had one pair for special occasions.
Why?
I don't know. It seemed like a sexy idea at the time.
Chef special, I mean.
Let me tell you, it was not a sexy option. But at the time, you're like, well, I need one pair of silk boxers.
He's getting measured for the suit. He goes to drink the white wine. Denzel stops him. Then they measure his neck, 17 inches. His hand to shoulder is only 19 inches?
That's a great note.
His fucking arm is as long as his circumference of his neck?
I mean, he's a stubby little guy.
Can we get Brad to chime in on this? Because I feel like those proportions at that point.
I noticed that he was getting measured for a suit in the Demolition Man set.
Yes.
That's what that place looked like.
Absolutely. Except this scene is all ripped off of Twins, right? Complete with Denzel and him both wearing sunglasses at the same time. Are those Oakleys?
Those are not Oakleys.
They glowed him up for his hooker experience, and Denzel even allows him to have the white wine. Then she shows him the bill, and he drops the glass. Comedy!
Then he rolls up to the Beverly Palm in a brand new Mercedes.
$80,000.
Harry tells the captain he bought that Mercedes straight cash.
Straight cash, homie.
It's not the Jack Mooney I know. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Whatever he's doing, it's got to be illegal. As the captain putts in his office.
Denzel says the suit is something she never minded on him.
By the way, sorry.
How stupid is Bob Hoskins?
Very.
Legitimately.
Dilnick is behind Harry outside the office. Ass off. Go back and take a look at what he's doing. Like, Harry's talking to the Cap. Cap is practicing his putts. Behind Harry is Dilnick outside the office looking through the window between the blinds. Completely ass off.
You know, I really hate myself because sometimes, actually quite often, I will, as I'm editing, go back and watch whatever you're talking about. It's generally a waste of my time, but I still do it.
Fuck you.
Just to double check to see if you were making sense or not.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I wasn't making sense. That didn't make sense? Fuck you.
He's ass off in the background, standing outside the office.
Yes.
You want to give him the award for that?
You know, it's great. You're going to go back and watch it.
I'm going to do it.
You're going to think, what a waste of time. Then you are going to hear yourself describe this and then hear Amin say, fuck you. And then you guys have the discussion again.
Sick of this shit, man.
I'm wondering how stupid Hoskins really is because he's confused as to why a woman would like a well-dressed man in a suit. He thinks he can just live in a pig pen and that'll be fine. He's also butthurt that he and Denzel are Eskimo brothers. We fooled around. She took some pictures. It wasn't serious.
Denzel described her going to art school like a kid fishing in a mud puddle. And I said, damn, man. Shit on her a little harder.
Is that any reason to take away his poll? And I said, easy, man.
Didn't she ever tell you about it? It was a pipe dream. You saw her stuff. Oh, so we're art critics now.
You saw her stuff. Her fucking terrible out of focus pictures.
Let me tell you, if she's in art school for photography, it's dog shit. It's terrible.
At least they're consistent. They know that she's not good, that she takes pictures of people's chests that are all blurry.
The texture, the flavor of the pictures. It's definitely shit.
People have dreams, Moon. They have ambitions. And when she tells you about her dreams, you gotta respect them. You gotta listen. Always listen. His voice is awful.
Yeah, well, he's having a heart attack.
What's the name of her dog back home? No answer.
Henry.
How many sisters does she have? 2, Lisa and Joni. What's her favorite movie?
Rambo.
He turns around with the, are you serious look? Rambo?
This dumb motherfucker.
Pinocchio. And I knew all that in the first half hour. You see? That's why she left Ohio, Mooney. Nobody listened to her. Nobody took her seriously. And you wonder why she left you.
She seems like she's from Ohio.
I kept her off the streets. Yes, by wrapping her up so tight she couldn't move. You want to keep everybody in their little boxes, don't you? You want to keep me in the ghetto. You want to keep Chris back at home. Even that knucklehead went. Now you tell me that you don't resent him being your superior officer. Yeah, you can't, can you? You see? We're all alike. Like the film in the goldfish bowl in your home. You want to keep us all there where you see us? Don't you?
I thought this would be where he connects. Oh, I should develop this film.
Same note too.
And it's not. He just says, you know how much that stuff costs to process?
It costs to go to art school. It costs to be a lawyer. It costs to be a fucking detective. Some of us are willing to pay the price, Mooney. It's Beverly Hills at night. There's a lobster on the table. Teresa Randall wearing a crazy hat seats him.
Oh, man.
This restaurant is called Chow Chow.
Mr. Chow.
Harry and Dilnick are spying on them from the bar. The waiter comes over and, with one fell swoop, locks up the Lewis Pinnock Award.
Yeah, that's all it took.
Denzel's coaching him through the date, wine list, and a couple of Evians.
The wine list is also a foldable fan.
Vigorously flicks it open. The wine list.
Strange.
Chris is impressed. He knows what Evian is. That's what he's doing. Wonders if it's a setup. Is he going to bust her? For what? Being beautiful?
Clip it, Maze.
You're my brother, and I love you very much. And maybe you do get laid tonight, but maybe you get arrested.
Arrested for what, babe? Being awesome?
Chris asked if he processed any of the film. Just wondering. And once again, we were reminded of the film.
Nope.
Doesn't click.
Still in the bowl. Still hasn't connected the dots.
The microfilm.
She likes his suit and his fingernails, but he can't afford that on a cop's salary.
Came into some money.
Denzel says to tell her malpractice. He says stitched him up with a sponge inside.
Denzel's given running commentary this entire time. Good. The judges like that one.
She doesn't believe him. He says maybe you got to go call Teller. She doesn't want to.
Dangerous. Lucky.
She asks him about the cat because the waiter gives us specials.
I would like to tempt you with the chef's specials.
What kind of a special?
For appetizer, we have shiitake mushroom and the salmon, dim sum dumpling in a red currant sauce.
Oh, salmon dumplings in currant sauce.
Are you still putting bourbon in his milk?
No. We're both reform men.
That's too bad.
There is also a special poached scallop with the raw over a bed of squid ink fettuccine with a ginger root sauce.
You remember your tablecloth? Well, I had it cleaned and mended.
You didn't have to do that.
No, you remember the Armenian lady next door?
Mrs. Armenian.
Yeah, you know, remember? Well, she saw the,
Embroidery?
Yeah. Well, she said that was really good.
Then duck feet, dim sum style, this over a bed of arugula with a spicy rice vinegar.
Is he serious?
He's serious.
And finally we have egg roll with shredded squid. Shredded squid, eggplant, fresh stalk fennel, salmon round oyster sauce.
Hoskins excuses himself. A guy's flossing in the public restroom.
Yep.
Disgusting.
That's weird.
He starts yelling at himself in the bathroom stall.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Back off! Back off. Look, I did not make this kind of investment to see you blowing it with that girl, and
I am not blowing it! Listen, I thank you for helping me find Chris. I thank you for the car, for the hotel, for the clothes. I even thank you for the goddamn nail polish. This is my date, and my night, and I want you to back the hell off.
Oh, I see. So I can set up the date, I can buy you the clothes, but she starts making eyes at you and you don't need me anymore. Is that it?
No, I don't need you anymore.
Well, did it occur to you that she's a pro? Huh? Has it occurred to you that that I'm paying for this?
Yes. Yes, it did. But maybe I want to pretend, huh? Or maybe it's easier for me to pretend if her ex, whatever you were, is not hanging over her shoulder, telling me to order squid dum-dum.
Dim sum. Dim sum.
And my man who's flossing is just like, yeah, what kind of glory hole action is happening back there? Ass off, Maze. Fuck you. How about that?
Woo! For the guy flossing?
Yes, for the guy flossing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. You're certainly going to give that to him over Denzel Washington. I will believe that when I hear it.
My ass off is Denzel Washington.
Hoskins comes back to the table. No Denzel. He asks her where she wants to eat.
Cut to Charlie Sheen's pool hall in Deadfall.
Mm-hmm.
He always had to drag her there, but she likes it.
She's eating a glizzy.
I mean, you can only eat so much. Before 8-ball and tube steak looks pretty good.
What the fuck is tube steak? Because I always thought that was dick.
It's a hot dog.
You thought a tube steak was dick?
Yeah, that's like, yo, she wants the tube steak.
It's a hot dog.
Okay, it's a glizzy.
Steve Martin was a prop comic.
She shanks the hell out of a shot. He's not paying attention.
He's just watching the Lakers lose without Kurt Rambis.
She shoots another terrible shot, then scoops a ball in with her hand, smacks him on the ass with her pool cue. They start play fighting with the sticks. Denzel looks disgusted, and he walks away as they start making out. Back at the hotel room, she comes out in lingerie. Is it okay if I take this stuff off?
They hold hands as she tries? Why?
She starts crying sometimes. I just get so tired of doing everything the hard way.
And then he just swaddles her like a child.
Oh, God, I miss you.
And Denzel is Ghost Cuck O'Leary.
O'Leary. And he looks depressed as Hoskins makes sex noises.
Do we have a menage a Cuck O'Leary?
Yes. He's just sitting on that. I was just like, what's going on, Denzel?
Fade to black. She's touching his scar. Asks if it hurts. Blood and tissue types have to be an exact match. You and Leon. Blood brothers.
Oh, you got a stain too. We're blood brothers.
Shut the fuck up.
Get out of here.
Chris says Denzel was a good guy.
You reminded me of him tonight.
Maybe it's his heart?
That's not appropriate, right?
No, of course not. And then, is she kissing his heart or is she sucking on his nipple?
She's sucking his nipple, brother. She's a hooker.
Don't call me brother when you say that.
Then abruptly, she's got to go home. You know, I liked your pictures and all those things you were telling me. I was listening. He's getting desperate now, just repeating shit.
No, you had a dog named Henry.
Couple of sisters, Lisa and Joni. And your favorite movie is Pinocchio.
Pinocchio? What am I always talking about? Parent Trap.
Denzel looks so smug in the background. So, you're using my material too, huh?
As Hoskins sits up, I begin to notice that it's not just a hairy chest.
Oh, it's the shoulders, man.
He's got the Andre Drummond shoulders going.
Same note to him. I mean, he has Andre Drummond ass shoulder hair.
What else did you see, Cuck O'Leary?
Enough to know you didn't ask her what happened that night. He's working up to it.
She needs time. This is delicate.
Denzel's keep as part of the bargain.
You ever have that happen? Your friend needs you to ask a girl something of material import?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely been in those situations for sure.
But I don't want to ruin my opportunity to get some tail here, you know?
Well, I always rehearse it.
Clip it, Maze. The entire show, all 3 episodes.
Clip the entire episode.
I have a show that requires a specific type of performance.
Almost immediately, I felt a rush of excitement come over me when I remembered there were cameras filming me. HBO cameras. I love being on camera, but I wanted to play it cool, like I didn't care that much.
With this show, if your performance is inaccurate, you could ruin someone's life.
Wait, what is this show? Is this a show about an acting class? Am I supposed to be acting? Something doesn't make sense. If you're training actors for a show, why would you be filming the training? I wanted to ask, but I was worried it would seem rude. I didn't want to stand out. I wanted to impress Nathan.
Fielder method on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fielder method.
He finally asks her. It sets her off. She flips out. She runs out the door. He runs after her, struggling to pull up his pants. She gets in a Jaguar, drives away. He's trying to smash open the key compartment.
We should have waited. For what? For you two could have enough to go in bed?
You stayed in the living room.
Of course. You think I can learn anything watching a white boy, huh?
According to Chris, you can.
Oh, all right, Superman. Well, give it your best shot then.
Busted open looking for a Mercedes key. They're all Mercedes keys.
Yeah.
Right when he gets it, Harry arrests him.
Cut to Captain Went holding up the keys.
I found it.
Bullshit.
I inherited it.
Bunch of crap.
I was given it by a dead lawyer.
That was a real long pause
That was
right
a
there,
fucking
buddy.
moment of silence.
Find out who killed him.
Very good. I didn't know you had it in you. Now you see how easy that was?
This is the progression in his character development.
I guess so.
He's changed.
Went says today's my golf day.
They can't hold him, not without bail. I got you, Mooney. Maybe not this minute, but I got you.
Got you that hat.
That's a silly ass hat.
My hat!
Denzel says, yeah, that's why you need suspenders. And he says you're suspended. He leaves his badge on the way out and yells,
Fuck it! He's yelling at Denzel.
You just got me thrown off the force and on my way to a mental institution.
Nobody's perfect.
Shit!
Hoskin turns around. Harry wonders why he's yelling. He's concerned. Gives him a hug. Dilnick awkwardly also gives him a hug.
Ass off.
Then Denzel, slowly, mockingly, gives him a hug. Get the fuck away from me. Get away! Capitol Records building. Chuck the cat digging in the MacGuffin bowl. Hoskins is still wearing his suit, just angrily smoking a cigarette. And finally, the cat gets his attention.
He starts connecting those dots like Pepe Sylvia.
Hoskins wants an autopsy report.
Wait, how did he let them know that he wanted an autopsy report?
He was on a 20th century bench payphone, yes.
He's got the photo of the dead senator. 4x6s, glossy. Looking for cocaine in the report.
Cocaine. Hoskins and Denzel are walking the beach.
You know what kind of scandal this could be? It's a cover-up thing, like the Redford movie. Now, is that a reference?
Well, yes, but I don't know which one.
All the President's Men?
Either that or 3 Days of the Condor, but did they get too cute because the character is too dumb to know what it is?
Yes. He knows there's a movie, he just doesn't know what the fuck the movie's called. This is like when Rocky thought Apollo was saying snails. I don't know, Apollo. I never really like eating snails. Nails, nails.
I love this. So he's telling him about the beach tar. Not enough to have it stick. And police work coupled with a Malibu speeding ticket and you've got. And then they see her walking the beach and says, oh, get the fuck out of here. That's too easy. Golden dumpster nominee. Oscar knows what to say. He runs. She walks away. She says, get out of her life. He says he developed the film and that's when she stops.
Why? Why did you do that?
You gave it to me.
No, I gave it to you because I knew you wouldn't develop it.
Until something happened.
Something did happen. Marquand OD'd. Graham killed Stone. In case she told him. Pictures were keeping her alive.
She tries to stop him from going after Graham. Says, leave. Don't do anything. She's trying to get away from him. Says they'll see him. Pisha is freaking out. He can see them. Chris says, nothing's the same. Everything's gone. They'll kill her. She's an accessory. She'll go to jail. He says to testify for immunity. She says they'll find her. I can protect you. I don't care what happens to me. Who the fuck do you care about? And then she pulls a black baby out of a wicker purse.
Film Baby Noir!
A literal film noir.
This is what I was very unclear about the timeline. I was like, when the fuck does she have a baby?
That's why you gotta sneak that 10 months in there, baby.
Yep.
Turns out Stone is the baby daddy, pregnant before he died.
He already lost his father.
Hoskins is visibly disgusted. What growth?
This baby's ass off, by the way.
The baby's ass
off? The baby is ass off.
Add it to the list.
Now, was she still hooking while she was pregnant?
Yes.
Dude.
Remember like in Hustle and Flow, was it Taraji B. Henson was a pregnant one?
Chef Special.
Yeah, she's still going out for the chef special. Zach. That's up the butt.
All right. You wanted to marry him? Does that make a difference? For someone against interracial marriage, it does.
Pretty much, yep.
Denzel is happy to see the baby. Wants Hoskins to hold him. Mooney, come on. Tell me how he feels.
Easy, Mace. Easy, Mace.
Hoskins is gone.
Denzel is ass off in the scene because he is enamored with the sight of his child. And then he is crestfallen and saying, like, don't do this to me when Hoskins just walks off. Denzel is amazing in this scene.
Back in the house, Graham is waiting, twiddling his fingers. Marquand's people are very upset with him as he takes the baby away. They know that the autopsy file was pulled. And then he's talking to the baby. Did you know he was a cop? Did you know he was a cop?
Did you know your mommy was one of his roomies?
Then he spins Pisha around. Pisha got some good Mexican brown.
Oh my God. Hope she didn't OD. That was too quick, man.
Ugh. Hoskins swigging the Jim Beam.
Drinking, he's smoking, he's driving, arguing with Denzel about her needing help. She's in love with you.
Fuck off.
She's in love with you, asshole. What the hell does that have to do with anything? I'm dead now.
Like hell you are. He pulls over by the side of the road, starts freaking the fuck out. Clip it.
I've got the transcript here.
Not a fucking shit.
I want us to recreate it.
Not a chance.
You be Denzel and I'll be Hoskins.
What? No. It's even worse.
What is this shit? Fucking gotta be some kind of curse. Man, Rambus, man. Fuck. You work your ass off. For what? Fucking what? I'm not good enough for Chris. Even my own heart ain't good enough. Shit! A fucking white curse. No, it's not. It's a black fucking conspiracy. A what? You heard me. You fucking people, you creep up around us, you suck up to us. You make us trust you, and then all the time, you're robbing us blind.
We do that, huh?
You
say it.
Yeah.
Say it, niggas, right?
Yeah.
Coon, chinks, bicks, kike, mook, niggas.
Heart attack.
All right, guys, we got to rank these heart attacks. We got to start ranking heart attacks on this show.
I still got Pacino's fake heart attack at 2 for the money.
Above this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
This dude had 2 heart attacks in this movie.
He did.
This one was supercharged induced.
Dude, this is the most cinephobe heart attack it could have been.
Imagine just making someone pass out with slurs.
Can you imagine throwing so much racism at a racist that they cannot take it anymore and their heart just stops?
Their second heart.
My favorite part is because Denzel's a ghost, they show the view.
Oh, just him by himself. He's just lying there.
Car just driving back and forth. Nobody gives a fuck.
They use that bit at the strangest times. I get it when it's like, oh, he's doing a song and dance in front of other people. But here, yeah, okay. He's by himself. We get it. Fade to white. I thought for a second we were going to heaven.
Me too.
But no, we're back in the hospital. Denzel's lying next to him in the bed in a bathrobe. I don't think rejecting my heart is an answer. Do you agree? Other ways to vent our frustration. You go to the amusement park, ride the bumper cars, play Mike Tyson's Video Nintendo. You could be Mike Tyson. I'll be the white guy. No, I want to be Mike Tyson.
Good,
we can ice hockey, full contact karate. We're mature men, aren't we? Chalk this rejection episode up to a learning experience, something that'll never happen again. Do you agree?
I love the way they're laying here on the bed.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Arnold Palmer. Cut to Captain Went grilling in his golf outfit.
Anyone who would think that a U.S. senator would OD on crack has got to be out of his damn mind.
His very first move as the executive was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
Moon blackmails Dilnick with his prostitute escapade, the chef's special. Don't tell my mother. Chris called and left him a message, which he dials in and gets. They're in serious trouble. Hoskins thinks they're going to kill her. It used to be Needle Park for the surf set. Reference.
20th century, bitch.
Taking little Lee up to the broke house.
Graham insists that he bring the pictures and come alone. They got 40 minutes. Heart monitor starts going crazy, and he just walks out.
Code blue.
Somehow a ghost is keeping him propped up.
Denzel's helping him. 2 paramedics walk by, see him with his arm up, and he says, hemorrhoids.
Crude, but funny.
They buy it.
30 minutes, you want to take a bus, and he just steals a cop car that's sitting there unattended. So just like Virtuosity, just gets right in a cop car.
He left a note saying he's going to Malibu. It's addressed to Harry.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Jack Mooney. Who the hell is it?
Dilnick has the autopsy report. Harry says they didn't check for drugs. The goons are heating up drugs next to Crystal and the baby.
The nurse says, how the deuce? And I said, Stewie?
Harry is struggling to drive, man.
The Eskimo bros talk about how Chris would read them cartoons on Saturdays.
She read the funnies. Doonesbury. No, he used to read Peanuts for me and shit like that.
He should have married her. We both should have.
The same time?
Harry orders a chopper. Dilnick's worried they're going to get suspended. And then we get the being cop is like being a pitcher. Want your strikes, you got to risk your balls. Once again, that is not how baseball works.
Really irritates Graham when people don't check their answering machines.
20 CB.
You're going to shoot the girls up with heroin. They're in a hurry, so just give her half.
Harry pulls up in the cop car. Denzel tells him it's a setup.
Hoskins gets the shotgun out of the trunk. On the way in, he keys the Ferrari. Yeah! That'll show him.
Not the best use of your energy when you're trying to ward off a heart attack.
Energy or time?
Both.
He's about to kill the woman you love, and you're like, wait, hold on, I gotta fuck up his car first.
Hold on, I gotta key the fuck out of this Ferrari.
The idea of having Denzel go ahead and scout it for you is good. It was executed terribly. And he runs right into a guy with, you guessed it, Uzi Akimbo. The month continues.
Love Uzi month.
He's struggling up the stairs.
I don't think they executed this horribly.
They really did.
No, I actually liked it.
So the Uzi guy, for example, he's like, there's a guy with a Uzi there. All he does is just walk the opposite direction from him. The Uzi guy never moves.
He comes back later
and then gets immediately killed. If Denzel was doing this well, he'd be telling him where the guys are, and then Bob Hoskins would go and shoot them all, knowing exactly where they were, right?
Well, no, that would tip off once you start shooting.
Yeah, oh yeah. You got to pick when you unload.
Okay, Zach. All right. Someone's got plans tonight. Henchman staring out the window. Hurley turns and points a gun at Chris. They just let him walk right in with his gun out.
Walks up to a chair, says, let the girl go. And he'll forget about the senator.
Let the boy watch.
Denzel warns him of a guy with a big gun coming up behind him. He yells, Moon, who then throws a smoke bomb.
Throws a smoke bomb really late.
He throws it right next to the baby. That cannot be good for that child's lungs.
Yeah, they start coughing.
He doesn't care about that baby.
Not his baby. Little nigger baby.
Blasts the guy in the door. Turns and shoots the other henchman out the window.
Shout out to my man, the stunt man who falls out the window.
Oh, fantastic job.
The swim move.
Yeah. Joe Gatto.
Graham shoots Hoskins. Denzel yells, you're dead, in his face. Hoskins is bleeding out, tells the high on heroin Chris to pick up the baby and get out.
Baby crying.
Keisha's dead. She OD'd.
Guys waiting down the stairs. Hoskins shoots one, almost gets shot by the other. Denzel tells him when to shoot. He's instructing him how to get out of there. I think it works, man. I think you're out of your mind.
These are some of the worst henchmen we've had in a while.
Yeah.
He's urging a woman who's high on heroin with a baby to climb out a window.
He is firing a shotgun right next to that baby's ears.
Denzel says, don't drop the baby. Hoskins tells her to go down to the beach.
It's only a 10-foot drop, but she's on heroin.
And Hoskins is like 4'9" on a good day. That 10-foot drop is pretty terrifying.
Graham's creeping up on Hoskins as he hands her the baby. Hoskins is struggling to get out the window. Then, as Graham pulls a gun on him, that big-ass fucking phone rings.
Foiled by the 20th century bitch-ass phone.
He's even distracted by it. Hoskins turns around, shoots him, and falls out of the window into the sand from the gunshot. They're on the beach and a helicopter's coming and we cut to a church funeral. No, film noir!
Oh yeah, film noir.
That's a wedding, boys.
Hey, shut up. Don't lie to me.
Everybody is congratulating them on the marriage. And who did Dilnick bring? The chef special. Everybody gets a hooker.
Bubba from the bowling alley is there.
Denzel's mom is there. The cat's in the car.
They slap an LAPD sticker on his just married car. Chris sets up a camera timer. Hoskins is holding Denzel's child.
Detective Mooney is holding his arm a little funny, isn't he?
Yeah, it must have something to do with his heart condition.
He said it! He said it! The last line of the movie. The last words of the movie.
Don't love me, why don't you let me go? Have a heartbeat, or don't you have a heart? Little by little you fade while I fall apart.
The photo shows up with him looking at something that isn't there, and then we back to the future Denzel into that photo.
Yep.
And it's a weird photo.
It is.
And it is on there for as long as Amin's slides are in that video. It is on there a while.
It moves with the music.
It's debatable. Roll credits. Trivia?
Brian Dennehy, Robert Duvall, Gene Hackman, and Dennis Hopper were all considered for the role of Jack Mooney, but they were each busy with other projects before Bob Hoskins was cast.
AKA, no, I'm not going to do this role.
Hey man, Gary Oldman did Tiptoes, so you never know. Rolling Stone ranked this as the 47th Denzel movie, just above Virtuosity. Once again, we will check back to this list throughout the month. Oof! This dreadfully shrill buddy comedy has Bob Hoskins as a racist sleazebag cop who gets a heart transplant from a black lawyer whom he tried to arrest. Trouble is, the lawyer's ghost also comes with the heart. Womp womp. Welcome to two great actors wasted in a harebrained attempt to mix topical humor with all of me-style physical comedy. Washington mostly phones it in an ill-conceived performance. He's cool and easygoing throughout, almost as if the film thinks making him anything else would be too troubling.
Is this Tony Medley?
Denzel demanded he toned down some of the racism before he agreed to take the role of Napoleon Stone. Writer-director Jim Perriott originally envisioned Stone as a, quote, flamboyant black pimp.
Oh my God.
What in the soul, man, is going on?
Oh my God.
But no bankable African-American actor would touch the part.
Of course not.
That explains the hooker plotline. He just decided not to rewrite it. Classic.
He just made it a lawyer.
Oh, he's just a lawyer who works with hookers exclusively and owns a bowling alley.
You know what? Maybe.
Complex ranked it the 21st most racist movie of all time in 2012.
What are the 20 above it?
The other Cinephobe movies on this list. White Chicks.
What?
At 14.
Oh, okay. Someone white made this list.
Soul Man.
What?
At 4.
Wow. That's 4th?
And Future Cinephobe, Birth of a Nation at 1.
White Man's Burden not on the list, huh?
White Man's Burden didn't crack it. I don't know if it's because they didn't know that it existed or what.
Okay.
But yeah, it should have been there.
Lionel, you firing me?
Yeah, I'm horny too, baby.
It was long rumored that Denzel Washington was talked into making this film by his agent and fired him shortly afterwards because of how terrible the reception for it was. However, Washington's publicist was asked about this fact in a story on the movie at The Ringer and stated for the record that the rumor was not and never had been true.
Class act.
So I went to the 2017 Ringer article by Claire McNear.
Uh-huh.
And here's some quotes from Perriott. I don't think that script was where it could have been or should have been, Perriott says.
Yeah, no shit.
It was the television veteran Perriott's first time directing a feature film that he had also written. He would direct just 2 more before returning to TV for good. I didn't want to make another mediocre movie, Perriott says, of a post-heart condition and decidedly heart condition-esque opportunity with MGM that he walked away from. I actually told my agent when he said they wanted me to direct Heart Condition, I don't know if this should be my first movie. And he said, no, you have to. And I went, this is my editorializing. You wrote it, motherfucker. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You wrote it, you directed it.
Denzel was looking for his next project and was ready to just explode and hadn't yet. It was really a coup. I had to talk him into it over lunch. We shot the movie, and during that summer, as I was editing it, Glory came out. All this buzz happened, and then it opened, and suddenly Denzel was this huge star. So by the time we were promoting our movie, well, I think Denzel won his Oscar before we opened. Parentheses. In truth, he won it 2 months later, by which point Heart Condition had already been tossed into the critical rubbish heap. Back to Perriott. This movie definitely didn't help him. Didn't encourage him to do other comedies for sure. As for the Shetland pony line, there's apparently no ad-libbing. Perriott says that was just the way he wrote it.
I bet.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that's groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You firing me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Lewis Pinnock Accent Award.
The waiter.
Goes to Mark Lowenthal, the Chow Chow Club waiter.
The shitty squeed, spitting skeed.
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
5 Horsemen. So yours is soundtrack?
Locked for soundtrack.
It's racism. I mean, the Horseman is racism, I mean.
Okay, that is an excellent submission. That is going to be hard to beat, Amin.
I kind of forgot about the racism.
You forgot about the racism? He made his heart explode with racism.
When it's all around you, you just kind of get numb to it, right?
What do you mean you forgot about the racism?
Because it's what Mays just said. It kind of just becomes this hum in the background. Meanwhile, the soundtrack, every time it made itself apparent, it burst into that room, into the scene, and you felt it.
Amin, he yelled,
nigga, 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 nigga.
Not just that, but he threw an anti-Semitic slur out there, anti-Mexican. He hit everyone.
He hit the cycle. Yes.
He John Gruden'd it.
Also, you gotta factor in the part of Perriott wanting to make the character a pimp,
a flamboyant black pimp.
Racism.
Yeah.
I was with you, Amin, but I think it's racism.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fuck it, ass off. Ass on, fuck it, ass off.
Michael Biehn Memorial Ass On Award. I had Ray Baker as Harry Zara and Kieran Mulroney as Dilnick.
No.
Oh, I don't agree with that at all.
No, this one's easy. It's Graham.
Oh, John Graham's terrible. He's not a compelling bad guy at all.
Not at all. I wasn't scared of him.
His phone was ass off, though.
Well, his phone was an ass.
Jeez.
Kyle Lowry out there.
His phone had cheeks.
Definitely did.
Did it have a strap or did he just carry it in his hand all the time?
I think it had a handle. I don't think he was throwing it over his shoulder like the dude's phone in Big Lebowski. I think this is it's even more primitive technology. And the meek shall inherit the Ass On Award.
All right, buckle up. Ass off.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. Take it away, Amin.
Let me hit the Control F in my fucking notes pad right now is on fire because
is it a notepad or a notes pad?
The notepad,
right?
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Ass off.
It's a notes app.
It's the notes app.
A notepad.
Here we go. Ass off. Ass off for the captain. Ass off nomination for the captain.
Roger E. Mosley.
Ass off nomination for Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
Ass off nomination for Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Ass off nomination for Dilnick.
Yeah.
Ass off nomination for the baby.
Harry in the background.
No, it was Dilnick in the background. He was behind Harry.
Oh, okay.
And then there's one more ass off. Who am I missing? Oh, the nurse. The nurse, and she delivered the line.
Can you tell me where that was?
Yeah. You got any others, Zach?
No. My big three were Captain Went, Hoskins, and Denzel. I love the inclusion of the baby as ass off.
Baby was ass off.
I thought Dilnick was also ass off. I thought the nurse was ass off. I think Denzel's mom was ass off.
Oh yeah, Denzel's mom. I know I missed one. Yeah.
Yeah, she was great in it.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
I mean, look, I've never seen Denzel be comedic before. I've seen him kind of like you said, like in He Got Game and a couple other movies, even Training Day. Like he'll have lines that are funny.
Yeah, he's funny in those movies, but it's not a funny role.
But it's not a funny. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen him be comedic, and I was blown away. And I realized, man, I've never seen him in this kind of role before, and I kind of want to see him in more of these. So yeah, my ass off is Denzel Washington.
If you gave me one more scene with Captain Went, I would have gone to him.
He cooled off.
He was fantastic. And then you're right, his tone does change, right? That first scene with him where he's wiping his eyes and he cannot believe that Hoskins used the N-word and everything. Like, it is a stunning scene. Hoskins is great in this movie.
He is.
This might be the best acting performance I've ever seen from Bob Hoskins, if he's asked what to do. But what clinched it for me with Denzel...
Clinched it or clinched it?
Yes. What did both of those for Denzel was, one, him wanting Hoskins to punch his brother at the bowling alley, moving all around him and putting his hand in his face and everything. And then two, when they're at the beach and he discovers that Hoskins had tracked down Crystal. And he's like, oh, this is too fucking easy. Like, oh, you gotta be shitting.
That and also how he switches gears in the middle of saying something.
Yeah, Denzel is my ass off as well.
Wow, it's stunning that he was able to beat a baby and a dude making a face outside of an office.
And Bob Hoskins and the Captain Dick.
Captain Dick.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
To fit you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees. Magic fingers are 20. 50 puts the pig in the blanket. Want something oral? See your dentist. Want to hear the chef special? Hope you got a lot of raincoats. I don't ride bareback anymore. That's all 1. Hoskins captain teaching him who can use the N-word. Hoskins giving his cat Chuck some Jim Beam in his milk. The big black dildo stunt. When Denzel says he's hung like a Shetland pony. Ghost still having allergies because it's psychological. John Graham's cell phone. The hip-hop bowl. And Mooney's cliffside racist rant leading to his second heart attack.
I'm just going to give you what mine is. I really thought it was going to be hard to beat that racist rant that explodes Bob Hoskins' heart. But when she pulled that black baby out of that wicker purse, I fucking lost it. I could not believe she had pulled a black baby out of a purse.
I didn't even know there was a baby there. Like, pulling out a baby was film noir enough.
That's going to be my golden dumpster.
Couple more nominees for you. Denzel's mama, judging him and judging his lifestyle.
Wait, calling it a hump pen.
Denzel changing clothes that are appropriate for every different scene. But yeah, I don't know how you can beat the racist rant on the clip.
When he's in the hospital bed next to him, he goes, I know we've had our problems. I don't think rejecting my heart is the answer. That's a funny fucking line, man.
The whole scene, right? So we could play Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I'll let you be Mike Tyson. I'll be a white guy. And I'm like, no, maybe not.
I kind of want to be Mike Tyson.
My golden dumpster is the racist outburst on the cliff that explodes his heart.
Whoa, okay. There's a lot of options here because I stopped writing them once we got to about halfway through the movie. I'm like, this is quite full of golden dumpsters.
There's a lot, yeah.
I really want to give it to that 55-pound cell phone, but I don't think I can do it. I think I have to stay with the theme of the movie. I'm going to go with the hip-hop bowl.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's an upset. Zach, by the way, as shocked as you were about the film noir with the baby, I won't say I was as shocked, but maybe dial it back 10%. I was 90% shocked about the reveal of Jim Graham's cell phone. It blew my mind when I saw him walking around with this huge ass thing.
I wish he had fought Hoskins with it.
Yeah, he should have thrown it at one point, although it would have thrown his fucking shoulder out.
There were so many scenes where I thought some shit was going to happen, like when they're in the pool hall.
Yeah.
They got all these tough guys in leather in the background. I thought there's going to be a fight here or something.
There's no action in this movie, really.
No.
The action sequence at the end is horrendous.
He just had a heart attack.
I know.
You want him going in there like John Wick?
That doesn't make it better. He would be able to pull that off.
The henchman.
It's henchman for a high-priced pimp. It's not the fucking Navy SEALs.
Maybe take off the sunglasses, guys. Huh? How about we stop looking cool indoors?
It's bright in the Broke House, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It's the Needle Park of the surfer set. Zach, you picked this racist movie, motherfucker.
Shocker.
Oh, God.
Motherfucker. I like that.
I've got a reputation to battle here, okay? You always file your movies. You always file your movies.
I thought you were thinking about a different reputation.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Era Harper.
You said you filed it at the end of last episode.
I said I filed this movie?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it before. By the way, spoiler alert, even though I haven't seen it, file.
So either you're a fraud or a racist fraud, depending on what you say here.
I thought in the first 30 minutes of this movie, there's no fucking way I can phobe this.
Really?
I was so entertained by the first 30 minutes of this movie. The introduction of the characters, the turn where he needs a heart transplant and everything. And then when Denzel comes in and he's like forcing him to walk back and forth on the street and he's going through his monologues, everything. Like Denzel is so good. Hoskins is so good. And then this movie does lose its way quite quickly. It gets a little boring for a while. And then two things happen. She pulls out that black baby and Denzel says so many racial slurs at the top of his lungs that Bob Hoskins' heart explodes.
Yeah. His heart explodes not out of shock of hearing it, but of excitement.
Out of so much excitement that
So
he's
much
never heard
slurs.
so many beautiful words in his mind in a row at the top of his lungs as he has the heart of the ghost yelling at him. And then the action sequence at the end is not good. But let me tell you, when that motherfucking cop says it must be his heart condition, I gotta say, boys, I filed it. I with this movie. The fact that they snuck in the title of the movie at the last minute, the ups and downs of this fucking racist piece of shit movie, and I was thoroughly entertained by it. And I gotta be honest, I mean, it's a file for me, and I'm not proud of it.
The buzzer.
That shit was Dame time. Him pointing at his wrist, waving goodbye to Paul George, like it was right there. Oh, Maze?
Phobe.
Oh, it's been a while since I laughed that hard.
Amin?
Look, man, I heard the synopsis, and I can't lie, I was curious.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really think that it was going to be a comedy. Not that I thought, oh, it can't be a comedy. It just didn't occur to me that it would be a comedy.
Right.
And then I start watching it, and I'm like, yo, Denzel's funny. And again, as I said earlier, the shock of Denzel actually being funny on purpose as the major focus of his role, doing a great job of it at that. The movie then would take these weird turns, though, like where it didn't want to be funny. And any sort of action from that fucking excruciating opening car chase scene all the way down to the battle in the beach house. Just terrible as an action movie where action they were trying to write was just bad.
Yeah.
Having said that, to escape with only really one ass-on person in this movie, everyone did a great job with their role. I laughed. I, too, reveled in the film noir of an actual black baby.
I mean, it's really a film noir.
The cursing scene, the mama judging him. Zach, dare I say it?
No.
Yes.
I thought I was going to be alone on this.
No, me and you, we're going to go out. We're going to get some shitty squeeze.
Shitty squeeze.
It's a file for me, baby.
Wow. Wow. Maze, would you like to amend?
Come on, Maze. Sweep it, boys.
Sweep it, Maze. Come on.
No, someone's got to have integrity here.
Come on.
Do you think Jim Perriott was pissed when his movie came out in February and then later Pretty Woman became a massive hit, and then even later than that, Ghost made a fuck ton of money and they both ripped him off? Do you think that he was pissed about that?
They both ripped him off. Jade ripped him off.
He ripped off twins, though.
Make sure you're sending us your Lewis Pinnock Award, your 5 Horsemen, your ass on, ass off, your Golden Dumpster, and your phobe or file at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle, at Lebitard Show. I'm stunned. I really thought I was going to be on an island in this one. But here Amin and I are, united as one America, while Maze is off, sad in his little corner.
It's okay. I'm the Kurt Rambis of this podcast. I'm the spark.
Whoa!
The inspiration.
Easy, man.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
Amin, you've got the next pick?
I do have the next pick, and this was an interesting one because I've been terrified for at least 2 years that it would not qualify. The first time I looked it up, I said, oh, it qualifies, but it was right on the cusp. And it's held true throughout the last 2 years at 40%. I'm upset that there's at least 4 other movies that have been made since 1998 when this movie came out that has the same title. Guys, you can't. You mustn't. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Fallen.